Hello, everybody. It's Marty the JavaScript Party. My buddy Rhett. We finally got to come out here. Feels like to me. Here you go. Here's a nut for you, girl. Here, I'm gonna put that in there for you. Put that right there. Um, Feels like a whole year since the last time Rhett was in here, but I think it was just last week. Um, and um, it's so strange because I constantly hear people say that, oh, as you get older, life moves a lot faster and the days just fly by. And that has just not been my experience. Now, there have been points in my life that the days did move very slowly, but those points in my life, I'm pretty sure I was in a pure stagnation. So I think that things start to move slowly if you stagnate, if you aren't learning something new every day, if you're not growing and becoming like moving in some sort of direction in hopes of trying to better yourself, trying to better your situation or whatever. But anyway, so I have gotten through the refactor and now I'm going through trying to get this thing back up to 100% unit testing. And Biz component layout class is like I think it might actually be the first Angular class I've ever created. That was just a class. And so this is like very virgin territory for me. I've just never gone down this path before. But so now I'm doing that. I got this class, I'm trying to unit test it. And one thing I did kind of decided during this project is that unit testing is when I try to set aside this time of unit testing for deep understanding on a line by line basis of every line of code. Like that's my goal with unit testing is to understand what every line of code does and obsess about it. So I think yesterday we did this update visualization layout and I just pass in a number and it gets back. And I don't think there's anything in this function that doesn't make sense to me. This export update visualization layout, it takes a count, it takes a service, two services, and then it calls this function down here, and it gives it a visualization service and a component service. So that's what that does. So that is good. So now the next thing is we're still trying to work to get 100%. I think set position would be a good one to do next. And this is the same sort of deal. So this set position takes an ST visualization. So this is an object, and it takes this viz component service. And one thing we did learn yesterday was that um, this is just a standalone class, or not a standalone. I don't know what the right verbiage is for that. Um, GPT. So so in Angular, basically, so in Angular, I believe that service for root services, and I guess another word, injectable services can be referred to as singletons. Right? Question mark. Yes, in most practical Angular says a service provided with in root is treated as a singleton. Why that's true. Okay, so what would you so what if you create a class? Create a class that is not injectable and at all. What would you refer to that? How would you refer to that? And see, this is the kind of thing that to me makes life enjoyable. Having the time, the luxury to just sit down and just dig through these concepts and these ideas and just think about them and talk about them. Then it's just a plain TypeScript class, has no special Angular behavior. So plain. So plain class, a model, utility class, helper class, Pojo-like class. Okay, so for the sake of communication, it seems like plain would be the most accurate adjective. I believe an adjective is what that is, but Pojo may, plain old JavaScript object may be more dash better illustrative word. Yeah, plain versus Pojo. Technically accurate, discussion neutral, and framework agnostic. Easy for Angular developers. Comes from the Java world. You know, maybe a potato. Maybe I'll call it a potato. Kind of like long for poto. A poto, plain old TypeScript object. It would be kind of funny because we could probably think of other words. So plain class is much Pojo more. LOL. Would be fun to call it a potato. We just need to think of two words. So plain old TypeScript question mark space object. It's a potato. It fits surprisingly well. Developers have a long tradition of silly acronyms like Pojo, Poco, DTO. Plain old type, most direct. That's no fun. Oh, potato, easy to. Plain old TypeScript class object. Well, see, it's not a C. What the hell? Uh, just plain old TypeScript. Don't make service. Just use a potato class. See, plain old TypeScript a star t star class. Do you have, I mean, object. Do you have any suggestions for the A and the T? But plain old type application type object. I love that. Abstract type object, but it's not abstract, unfortunately. Plain old atomic type. Oh my God, that is so good. That is really plain old type strict atomic type object. Anything average type. I do like average, but I like it atomic better. Plain old TypeScript, awfully typical object. I like that too. Absolutely trivial. Okay, that is funny. Um, I like the. So I think my favorite was atomic. Plain old TypeScript atomic. Oh wait, I'm missing another T. Type object, right? A potato. I like well, plain old Palin. Plain old TypeScript atomic type object. I like the atomic part too because it is like techie. Is that a service or a potato? It's just a potato model class. Honestly, if someone says that in a code review, most developers would immediately understand the intent. Yep, I love it. Love it. So this I would like to call a potato. It's a plain old TypeScript atomic type object, a potato. So yeah, we're just making a potato. There's no reason to make it injectable. So next method on our potato that I want to, I love it. That I want. You want another one? Here you go. There you go. I got her too since it's been so long. So let's work on set position. Um, I think I want to kind of choose the easiest one. Viz component service get viz. So it looks like we're gonna have to um, mock this function, and it will actually return a whole component. And then it calls this set for the viz component. So the viz component's going to have like a view child and all that. So it might be easier to to write the test for this one first, since we'll have to mock a viz component and our ST visualization. ST visualization. What is ST visualization? This is an object, right? So we'll have to mock a viz component and an ST visualization, and we'll pass those to that. And I don't know, like I don't really know what the best idea is here. Like sometimes you'll get like we probably are mocking viz components someplace else too. So like, does it make sense to try to share, reuse that? And I don't think so. And I don't think so. I've never really thought through this before. I have worked for places where we had like these really like complex systems for reusability to build across unit tests. But I don't know, maybe the process of like maybe the whole point of unit tests is that you mock things out. And maybe the whole point of like it 1,000 unit tests breaking when you make some sort of change is for 1,000 unit test to break when you make some sort of change, so that you know what, so that you get some sort of idea of what the implications of the decision you just made to make that change are. Like it's like, no, this can affect thousands of things. A lot of times you can't tell that, right? You can't really tell because you have like reuse. And when you reuse something, a lot of times, if it's used in a lot of other places, creatively especially, you end up breaking things that you were unaware. You have these unintended consequences. And maybe that you can sort of get to the bottom of the unintended consequences. Um, that, or you can get some indication of what the unintended consequences are going to be. I don't know. So, anyways, I think we need to mock this, and I think that I'm going to do that. I don't know if this is the best way to do this, um, but um, I am going to. Can I do this? Sometimes you can't do it in that order, just because if there's a dependency. Okay, so I want to mock. I wonder, can I do this? Um, that I don't know. I'm gonna try this. Biz biz component spy. Every time I've ever worked with spies and stuff, it's been awful. It's been just an awful, bad, terrible experience. So, so I think that I have like some programming, some stuff I need to deprogram for myself, in that, um, like I'm sort of letting my past experiences define how I see things. Spy object J, and then this is going to be we are going to pass in it's going to be a viz component. Apparently it can. And then, so I do this before each. I wonder, is there a reason to do it like before each, or can I do it outside of here so it doesn't get done before each one of them? Okay, so it looks like I can do it at the top level. I don't know if there's going to be any consequences for that. I definitely would not try that at work, right? Like if I was working at a job and we had these unit tests working and stuff like that, I wouldn't try something like this. But it's kind of the point. The point of all of this whole process, is to try stuff that you normally wouldn't try at work. I don't know why I have this ID thing. See, I think if I actually kill this thing, it'll come back. I don't. Let me get rid of this ID. I'm curious. I'm in such a curious mode today. There we go. I guess I had done that just so I could try to figure out what was going on. All right, so we do have a mock. So apparently I did not need to do that as a before each. I have no idea why I would do that as a before each. But in my viz component spy, I think I need a render view child. Oh wow, it's already 3 o'clock, huh? Let me take care of this lighting situation so I can go to sleep tonight. 4, 5, 6, 7. 10, 11, 12, and 13. 13 clicks to get it from blue to red. I have like a little bar, and I'm going to turn off this light over here. I'll be right back. All right, so I don't really know exactly how to mock this. Render view child native element. All right, so I have this code here. Kind of want to get help from ChatGPT. Okay. Did I get rid of my ChatGPT? Did. So we're trying to write unit tests for my potato class. My potato. Okay, so TS code. And I want to unit test it. Test. In my Karma Jasmine. I wonder if that could be a const. I bet you it could be a const. Oh, no, it can't because we didn't actually create it. We just declared it there. Can I use... Spy? That your code. Okay, yeah. See, that's what I was. This is the piece that I needed help with. Okay, so why are we doing before each? Okay, so okay, so why do we? I'm curious about the before each. Let me move this up. So why do we use before each instead of just declaring it? Just the describe. Describe shares the same, which can cause subtle bugs. Okay. So I guess just certain bugs just go away. Okay, so let's go back to the original. ST visualization. All right, so component, viz component. That. I wonder what the second. Oh, okay. The second thing is, I guess, the objects that you're going to mm, um, viz components by. Okay, so in here, oh, okay, so we declare it up there, which is what we did, and then we execute it before each, but I don't want to do that. I kind of want to learn this the hard way. So if I do get subtle bugs across this scope, I kind of want to see what they are. All right. So I guess we want to do this here. Okay, so viz component spy is equal to create Jasmine object viz component with an empty thing. And then I guess it's saying that I need to create a couple of DOM elements. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't like the way it looks though, if I'm being completely honest. Um, I think I do like how it looks in the before each. And it is important to enjoy how things look. I mean, that's just sort of one of the kind of things that makes life enjoyable. And it's probably better to enjoy life than to not enjoy life. Although I guess a lot of people don't agree with that. Baked child. All right, so now we have that. It is a bit of a mess, as any dot render child. So here's where I guess yeah. I mean, here's I guess where we just set things up. Parent div. All right. So now we have mocked out our component. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's other places that we've mocked it out. And if we were just doing regular code, right? Like if we were writing code for an application, I would say, okay, we want to stay dry. We don't want to reuse, we want to reuse as much as possible. But in this, I think in unit tests, it's a different, it, you have a different goal. Your goal is different in unit tests than it is in an application. And I think that yeah, you just kind of got to do things a little differently. You agree with that, Rhett? All right. So this one is what we're trying to do. We mocked I think we even have our visualization service mocked as well. Does it even use? Oh, it's not a service. It's an actual visualization component. Okay, so an ST visualization also needs to be mocked, and we do not mock that either. Let's see. So it needs a left, an ST left, and an ST right. Now, see that? I don't think we need Jasmine to mock that. Did we even need Jasmine? I don't think we even needed Jasmine for this either. Okay, so do we need Jasmine? Spy. No, you don't need it. Okay, yeah, so we don't even need that at all. So let's go ahead and get rid of, let's make this just a regular object. And so I think we want this to be a constant. I don't know about, like, definitely, wrong one. change this to a constant, and I'm just going to force it, right? So I'm just going to say this is a component spy. It's not a spy, it's a mock. It's a viz component, and then I'm just going to say equals this. And it's not going to be happy with that at all. But I'm going to say as unknown and as viz component. All right, so now TypeScript will let me do this. This does not expect, this doesn't need to exist anymore. And then viz component. I don't think I need to add any in there. I think I can just say dot render child. Okay, so why isn't it not letting me do this? Oh, mock. It's like it's not letting me do it because it don't exist. Okay. All right, so now we have our viz component mock. Right, what's next? The next is our ST visualization mock. And that one needs a left and a, wait. Oh, ST. Okay, it needs a left and a ST left number and an ST top number that it's going to turn into a string and add PX to it. And that's how we update the element. So there's an HTML element that it gets from the viz component, that this code gets from the viz component. And then it's kind of weird that it actually let me write this code. Oh, I guess because no, because it's saying that oh, yeah, oh, okay, we're actually checking up here. So we don't even need this question mark up here because we already checked it. Let's go ahead and get rid of that because I think that did confuse me for a second. And like I said, I think at this point it's important that every line of code makes sense. And so this line of code didn't make sense to me because I was like, what if this doesn't exist? Because I have this question mark here. But we don't need the question mark because we check it here. So we only do it if it exists. So that's good. And now we'll go back to our spec and we want to create a st const st visualization st visualization equals, and I think here we can just put it in. We don't have a bunch of other stuff that we have to write. We can just say that it's got a left an st left of 1 and an st top of 1. And then we want to definitely say that we're just we could, like, it wants us to fully, it's saying that this is not complete. TypeScript is doing its job here and telling us, hey, you're missing things. But I'm like, look, I know what I'm doing. Unknown. And so this is I don't know if it's a hack. I think it's just the expected way, the appropriate way to like force, like, it's there specifically so that you can force it. Okay, so now we have an ST visualization. Like that's the only reason, like they didn't have to create this, right? Unknown. They could say, hey, you always have to do it. But the thing is sometimes you just need to force it. You don't need to force it, but like sometimes it's just makes sense to it's a waste of time to fill it all out. So anyways, and this is should set, oh, not if, it position for a viz component. Not quite yet. And it wants a function. And what we want it to do is we want to say we want our viz component class, our viz component class potato, and we want to call set position for viz component. And we want to give it our viz component. And we want to give it our ST visualization. And we want to hit save. And cross your fingers that this test passes. And then we want to hit refresh. And we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Got it. Got it. All right. So now we're going to say, what do we expect back? Boolean? Yeah. Okay. Was set. And then expect was set, comma, to be true. Uh-oh. It was false? Oh, wow. We never do set was set to true. Wow, that was good. That was a very good we want to change was set to true if we actually set the value. Now maybe we'd want to add like a little extra, like only if it's like if it was different, maybe we could check to see if the value had changed or something. But that might end up being useful. All right, so that's good. And we're not failing, and so we've increased our coverage to, let's see, to 83%. We only have 3 lines not covered. We have 1 branch that's not covered. And I'm guessing this is the branch. I guess, or maybe it's this. I think this is the branch. And so I think we could get that. Oh, I don't even know. I don't think we're calling this one yet. But yeah, so I think that's going to be the most difficult one, and I think we're going to have to write like a change in this for each. We'll probably have to pull this into its own function, but maybe not, because maybe like if get visualizations returns anything, then it calls this set position. So I guess we could probably mock out this visualization service. And I think we're already mocking it out. Is this the right one? Nope. All right. Visualization service. Yeah, see, we're already mocking it out, and we're actually already mocking out this get visualization. So we could have it return. What's it looking for each an ST visualization, which we already have a mock for that too. So yeah, we could actually even change this. I think we can change this to ST visualization. It's always nice making changes in your oh yeah, in your code because in the unit test because you don't have to worry that you broke. You have some unintended consequence. So now, do we run this? I was not expecting this to all square itself away. I do say that I don't think there's any code that got squared away in this effort that I don't understand. Like I think everything makes sense to me. Um, so the only thing is this visualization layout gets called. I don't know if I don't think we're calling that directly. Oh, here we are. Update visualization layout. Okay, so yeah, so we never called this visualization layout. So we just need to call this with the visualization, mocked visualization, the mocked viz component service, and um, ignore hash set to true. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that tomorrow. I was really only planning to do this today, and then I was just like, well, why not just pass? I'm mocking this. Why return an empty array? Let's just pass our mocked thing, and then all suddenly we got all all 100% coverage with everything except for this um, one default value. So that will be tomorrow. So that was good. Then I think there's still more to do after that. There's I think if we get rid of this f describe, we'll see what we end up with. So now we get all files. So basically we still have, looks like 41, 40, 46 lines of code, statements that are uncovered. We have 3 branches and the lines are the same. Looks like animation, it's got missing a branch. This is missing some code. And then I think we have that one branch. Oh, looks like we're missing something over here. Let's go by branches. What the heck? Okay. Oh, it's weird. Okay, so 0, 0. Is it? It's not that one though. Oh, it probably is because there's more than one class. Is that right? Okay, where the heck? I was in Viz Component Layout class, which is inside of Utilities, Services, Utilities. Oh, it's weird. Because I thought we were just looking at something that. Oh, now it's showing 100%. Oh, and it's showing 100% because I'm doing, yeah, that's right. Because other things are calling. So it's getting covered by that. Now, there was a point in time where I wanted 100% coverage in its own suite. I don't think I like that anymore. And I don't see any value of wasting time to write a test that this ignore hash isn't set to is set. So it's perfectly fine. All right, so then that's good. I'm glad I did that. That would have been kind of a waste of time. I guess we should go based on statements. So this one has 25 lines that are not covered. And 3 animation, which makes sense because is this a potato as well? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like this is also a potato. A plain old TypeScript atomic type class. No, object. It's a potato. Um, it's got an empty constructor, and then it just takes these things. So just use a potato. Anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye.